Welcome to Wofford College, a beautiful campus, a community with purpose, and a faculty that prepares students for the future. I'm Catherine Buchanan, and Wofford truly is my second home. It's just the right size, and while I don't know every name, no one here is a stranger. Even President Sam Hat makes you feel personally welcome. I learned this firsthand after I had open heart surgery my sophomore year. It was a challenging time, but the love and support I received from Wofford was overwhelming. It really showed me that Wofford is where I was meant to be. The whole experience also revealed my entrepreneurial spirit, which I was able to develop at the space. The space prepares us for life and careers after graduation. The staff here loves to share their experience, and they have helped me create a successful blog and be involved in a support group for congenital heart disease.
I haven't declared a major, but at Wofford that's just fine. I'm Cody Rudisilli, and Wofford's faculty takes this decision as seriously as I do. They push me to explore my interests, and I'm learning a lot about myself in the process. When I arrived here from out of state, I only knew one other student, but it didn't take long for that to change. This is a special place because we're all a part of a community. I like Wofford's values and culture, and even though I'm far from home, I feel like I have family here.
I'm Maddie Eberhardt. The personal relationships I have with my professors make Wofford special. They don't just want us to take a class. They really want us to learn, understand, and apply what they teach. And while I love my major, Wofford lets me explore other things, like theater and athletics. I'm from Georgia, but I've fallen in love with South Carolina. Spartanburg has great restaurants, theater, and culture, and of course, great shops. I've made lifelong friends here. My sorority sisters and I are together whether we're studying, serving our community, or just having fun. We love hanging out or cooking together at the village apartments.
I'm Donovan Hicks, and I always wanted to study leadership and public policy, and that brought me to Wofford. I've gotten real-world experience doing what I love here, like when I attended the Public Policy and Leadership Conference at Harvard. I've also been involved as the Vice President of Campus Union, Wofford's student government. I've helped build a strong community here, and it feels great making a difference in the students' lives. Wofford has great places outside the classroom and off campus too. At the Goodall Environmental Studies Center, we get our hands dirty, our feet wet, and we emerge with a new perspective on the world. We come from different places, different backgrounds, and different interests.
At the end of the day, we are all part of the world at Wofford.
Welcome to the world.
Welcome to Wofford.
gentlemen, please stand for the Wofford College senior class of 2017, escorted by the class of 1967.
Students, colleagues, parents, and friends, welcome to Wofford College for the commencement of the class of 2017. I offer a special welcome to the members of the class of 1967. You have returned today to renew your lifelong dedication to Wofford and to usher our newest alumni into the wider world, a world where you yourselves have balanced life, fun, and labor so successfully. I should note, too, that this is our last commencement to be held in Ben Johnson Arena. Next time it rains on commencement day, we'll be just on the other side of that football field. The Reverend Pamela McCurdy, Minister of Discipleship at Bethany United Methodist Church in Smyrna, Georgia, and the mother of Britt McCurdy, a member of this year's graduating class, will offer the invocation. After the invocation, I ask that you remain standing as Professor of Music Gary McCraw leads us in Wofford's traditional commencement hymn, "From All That Dwell Below the Skies."
Let us pray. Creating, redeeming, and sustaining God, your holy presence is here and welcome to linger and move among us. We give you thanks for this time of celebration and for these graduates. God, you have endowed these men and women with intellect, creativity, skills, and talent. You have empowered them with the desire and the determination to learn, to face and meet challenges, and to be aware of a diverse world outside of themselves. We pray that with your guidance, these graduates will use their abilities and their dreams and go out into the world and be agents of compassion, hope, peace, and justice. Bless them. We give you thanks for the family and friends who have loved and encouraged and supported these graduates along the way. Bless them. We give you thanks for Wofford College and the administration, faculty, and staff who have challenged and encouraged and, yes, sometimes prodded these graduates to think for themselves, to think outside the box, or to think globally, and so much more. Bless them. Gracious God, for the gift of this day, our time together, and the meaning of this occasion, we rejoice and give thanks. Amen.
Please be seated. It is somewhat a new tradition at Wofford College to invite our successful graduates to serve as our commencement speaker. What better way to inspire than to show the product of the type of liberal arts educational experience that is distinctive to Wofford College? Today's commencement speaker has been a success on the gridiron, in the boardroom, in the community, and throughout virtually every other part of his illustrious life, as you see in the biographical sketch in today's program. Now serving as chairman of the board of directors, president, and CEO of Milliken & Company, Harold has been a leader in national banking as well as insurance and benefits administration organizations. He's a strategic thinker who, along with other members of the class of the 1970s Wofford Championship football team, decided to help lead Wofford's charge to fully endow the entire athletics program, a work that is very much in progress. If that sounds incredible, then let me introduce you to Mr. J. Harold Chandler, my friend. He's been a catalyst for Wofford's growing endowment, for our strategic vision initiative, and he's the best trustee partner that any college president, and especially this one, could ever want. We welcome him today as one of Wofford's most loyal, generous, and forward-thinking alumni whose story is still being written. Harold.
Good morning, students and all others gathered here this morning. There's not a much more sincere or authentic way to begin my brief remarks to you this morning than to extend a sincere thank you. I wish I had more powerful, more emphatic words. It feels and sounds so inadequate. Therefore, please bear with me as I open my comments with a simple thank you to Wofford College and all that has been taken place at this wonderful community in the last 163 years. Had we been outside on our beautiful lawn in front of Old Main, I would have asked that you share with me the vista as we would scan around that great open campus. I would have asked you to look behind where I would have been standing this morning and seen the name Benjamin Wofford. And then we would be asked to look to my right and see Burwell, and on around, Milliken, Richardson, Daniel, and had we been there, to my far left, Tesler. All powerful names of great people who gave back in profound ways to this educational community. They are alumni, but they're also friends, believers, all in Wofford and its classical, liberal arts, and pre-professional education of the highest distinction. But there are others, as I suspect you would think, other names that you do not see around that campus that have impacted the lives of all of us who have studied and prepared at this place. For example, our beloved and some, well, maybe not so beloved, professors. Our coaches, our gifted administrators, such as Dr. Sam had, and David Beecham, and others. But in many ways, as I reflect on my years here, back in 1967 through 1971, I was one of those students who, like me, one of 1,000 young men, those fellow students, they are the ones who created, as I reflect, on the lasting change for me. I remember them vividly, and I reflect often on the important impact they had on my life's direction. Ed Weil, Henry Medlock, Steve Harper, names you probably do not recognize, but these are special people. They were students with me that I engaged during my years here at Wofford that have, I suppose, quietly made a difference in my life's journey. I say this because I suspect that this will be the case for most of you graduating today. Maybe you are already realizing this rather obvious phenomenon. The people and the places where we engage them, particularly as young people, do make a difference in the trajectory of our lives. Said another way, I do not believe that destiny placed me here 49 years ago, nor do I believe that destiny placed you here today. I believe rather it was very intentional on my part and on your part that I was and you are here today. regardless of what we might want to believe, because of the excitement and the intrigue created by Ancestry.com, you and those you love and trust made the thoughtful decision 4 years ago. Well, maybe as I look around the audience, some of you know, maybe more than 4 years ago. But you and those you trust made the decision to come here to Wofford, to a special place of preparation for life ahead. You selected Wofford, and my experience tells me you made a wonderfully wise decision, a decision that holds for you, as it did for me, the promise of growth and, importantly, broadened experiences, of opportunity, of, yes, even the potential of some level of success, regardless of the way you ultimately define success. You, like many others of us who came here to Wofford, did not rely, I strongly suggest, on destiny. Rather, you took intentional action. And that, I ultimately decided, is the fundamental point I would choose to leave you with here today. And that is, do not rely on destiny. There is, at least in my opinion, a far more reliable option than to depend on, as Webster would define destiny, as a predetermined state, unavoidable, inevitable, the foreordained future course of events. You have taken the first critical step to potentially denying that destiny by committing yourself to serious study and preparation here at Wofford. So congratulations to you and those that are a part of your trusted and special circle, your parents, your friends, classmates, many surrounding you this morning. They are here. They're in person. They are around you, to your left, behind you, and I would say on either side of you. Just like the names that now rim this beautiful campus, Milliken, Richardson, the names I referenced in the beginnings of my comments. I actually will not be very good this morning at giving you much guidance or advice as you leave this special place. Of course, you know that it is traditional for commencement speakers to do that, to give sage advice. Well, I did decide, however, to accept one piece of advice that routinely is given to commencement speakers, and that is, be brief. And in my case, I'll say it was provided to me with a sense of courtesy, until she got to the point of saying, you know, don't you, that no one will remember anything you say anyway. But even with that candid and thoughtful advice, I decided to share with you one thing nevertheless. And this I'll direct to all of you students. As you begin to transition to the next phase of your life, of discovery and of adventure, there will be some surprises, even some disappointments. The journey at times will be characterized by solitude and personal contemplation and self-assessment. When that is the case, I suggest that you be a grinder. Work through it. Even though it may not be pretty or perfect or precise, know that you have been prepared for that moment here at Wofford. Have confidence that your experiences here, among other things for sure, will see you through. As my intercollegiate athletic experience here at Wofford taught me, more often than not, life will be characterized by being a member of a team, a family, a group of collaborators, all of which will share one major and beautiful characteristic. You trust them implicitly. Reflecting further on my moments, for a moment on my years here as a quarterback of the football team, that team, as I learned during my terribly unsuccessful years as a freshman and sophomore, then very successful years as a junior and senior. The team, not any individual, enabled our success. Just as I have learned since then in business, the essence of success is sustainability, doing it over and over time. And that is virtually impossible if you rely on one superstar. Team success draws on the incredible power of many, on diversity, of people who are different and do different things, on planning and collaborating with them, of giving everyone, as much as practical, the sense of ownership in something that is good and meaningful. And that, my fellow Wofford, soon-to-be alumni, could be the greatest lesson of life you would have gained from this place. And that is the exposure to those different from you, gaining the ability to genuinely listen, of being tolerant, appreciating the strength of diversity, the power of difference. The place in which you will work and play and contribute is now a world community. This lesson for me actually began my senior year in high school, where 3 local high schools were consolidated during the early years of desegregation, 2 white and 1 predominantly African-American high school. I began experiencing the world I may have never really known had it not been for that fateful school merger. And J.E. Palmer, my lifelong friend, who was the African-American fullback on our consolidated high school football team. J.E. Palmer became my teacher that senior year of high school. But more, he became my mentor for life. That is, until Wofford College took over. So today, I have the honor and the privilege and, yes, the responsibility of being the leader of a global industrial company, working with people much different from me in education, in nationality, color, background, all broadly defined. And along the way, I discovered that that had become the essence of my life, beyond my family, thanks to J.E. Palmer and Wofford College. J.E. and Wofford, and actually my mother, the latter of which, my mother, who my family lost when I was 10. Well, I leave a blank in my script here because I realize that to move on with this story, I probably could not emotionally complete it. So I will not attempt. But those 3, they set me on the right trajectory by providing me the forum to appreciate the beauty, actually the necessity, to contribute in this world community by incorporating and practicing daily the virtues of many, of diversity, of tolerance, for those different from me, embracing all people around the circumference of this global neighborhood. I will attempt to close, as I'm sure many of you do, at the end of each day, and that is to say to your family, I love you. But on this special day, being sure to add, I love you to Wofford College, and of course, to my wife, and to my mother, and to J.E. Palmer. Godspeed and congratulations again to all here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Harold. And now, Michael James, Chairman of the Wofford College Board of Trustees, Dr. Mike Zasolski, Provost of the college, and Jennifer Allison, Registrar of the college, will assist me in presenting awards and degrees. The first one. Wofford College is one of a select group of colleges and universities that have been authorized by the New York Southern Society to convey annually the Algernon Sidney Sullivan and Mary Mildred Sullivan Awards. The Sullivans moved from the South to New York during the mid-19th century and built distinguished careers. They became symbols of the highest standards of humanity and achievement, and their friends established these awards as a tribute. Each year, confidential college committees choose 2 recipients for each of the awards. One of the recipients of each award must be a student, the other a non-student, but a person with some interest in or association with the college. The awards recognize individuals whose nobility of character and service to others sets them apart as examples to all. We will recognize the non-student recipients first. So student marshals, please escort Linda Powers Balanchon to the podium as the 2017 Mary Mildred Sullivan Award recipient. And please escort Edward Thomas Russell as the 2017 Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award recipient. Linda retires this year after almost 40 years as an instructor at Wofford College. During that time, her example to Wofford students in the area of civic engagement is unmatched. She has been a leader in Spartanburg City Council, the Spartanburg Public Works Commission, the League of Women Voters, the Girl Scouts, and the Business and Professional Women of South Carolina, among other groups too numerous to name. She is undeniably an unsung hero in our community and truly deserving of this recognition. Tom Russell is the co-founder of the Children's Security Blanket, an organization that provides financial support and connects those in need with those who can assist families of children facing cancer. He currently serves as the agency as program assistant and has helped lead the organization in serving families in Spartanburg and well beyond. Tom has also served as South Carolina governor for the Optimist Club and remains involved with that organization as well. Congratulations to you both. Next, I ask that the student marshals escort to the stage this year's Mary Mildred Sullivan and Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award recipients from the class of 2017, Jessica Nana Meggs and Robert Christopher Chase. Government and Religion from Greenville, South Carolina, and Chris is a native of Charlotte, North Carolina, who majored in biology and minored in business. Congratulations. present the Philip Covington Award for Excellence in the Teaching of the Humanities and Social Science. Wofford College devotes all of its resources to a single undertaking, the teaching and learning of undergraduates. This award, now presented for 11 years, is named after a beloved longtime professor and academic dean. It carries with it a $15,000 award allocated over a period of 3 years and is designed specifically to provide further opportunities for professional development. It is with great pleasure that I recognize Dr. Tracy Revels, Professor of History. Dr. Revels is a beloved teacher and has the distinction of being the first woman tenured in the Department of History and the first woman to serve as chair of the department. She is a prolific author and avid Sherlockian. Congratulations. This year, for the 13th time, I'm pleased to announce the Roger Millikan Award for Excellence in the Teaching of Science. The recipient, chosen each year by a committee of scientists and business executives from outside the college, will receive an award of $50,000 allocated over a decade and designed to provide further opportunities for professional development. To my knowledge, there is no such generous teaching award anywhere in the academic world. But then it was Mr. Millikan's expectation that nowhere else in the world will such teachers be found. The 2017 recipient of the Roger Millikan Award for Excellence in the Teaching of Science is Associate Professor and Chair of the Department of Psychology, Dr. Kara Bopp. Please escort. Finding ways, new and creative ways to share her enthusiasm for research on aging and cognition with her Wofford students. She recently received a grant from the Council of Independent Colleges and the AARP that will engage 10 Wofford students as fellows in education and research with the community's elderly population. Congratulations.
Of great significance at a college like ours is the departure of colleagues who have shared our labors on campus and in the classroom for many years. This year, I would like to take a moment to thank our retirees, applaud their years of service to the college, and ask that they stand so that they may be recognized. Linda Powers Bilanchon, Instructor of Communication Studies. Please stand, Linda. There she is. Dr. Ted Monroe, Professor of Mathematics. Computer Science. These three revered colleagues have served the college for a combined 81 years of service. The Board of Trustees voted at its meetings earlier this week to grant each of them the title of Professor Emerita or Professor Emeritus. Please, once again, join me in thanking them for their work as teachers, mentors, and scholars. They are exemplars to us all, and we will miss them dearly.
It is now the college's honor to award honorary degrees to 3 distinguished community servants and friends to Wofford College. Provost Sosowski will make these presentations.
Will faculty sponsor Dr. Jamaica Hill please join Mr. Chandler at the platform? Chandler came to Wofford College as a first-year student in 1967. His college experience was one in which success followed success in the classroom and on the playing field, earning both Phi Beta Kappa and All-American recognition. He continued that momentum upon graduation and swiftly climbed the business ladder because of his intelligence, work ethic, and creativity. Mr. Chandler believed in sharing that success and has always found ways to contribute to the community, as well as to the companies that were fortunate to benefit from his leadership. As a trustee and board chair at Wofford College, Mr. Chandler offered unparalleled leadership at every turn. We at Wofford College are eternally grateful that he has always chosen to share his insights, enthusiasm, and support with us. Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty and the Board of Trustees, I present to you Mr. Harold Chandler so that you may confer upon him the degree of Doctor of Humanities.
Harold Chandler, in recognition of your good character and attainments, and on behalf of the faculty and trustees of Wofford College, I now confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humanities.
Faculty sponsor, Professor John Lane, please escort Nikki Finney to the platform. Shaped by the civil rights movement. So it is not surprising that the human rights struggle of Southern African Americans has inspired her poetry. The trouble with honoring a poet is, of course, that it's impossible to come up with better words than they have used themselves. But I will try. Once Ms. Finney wrote, "I know the sound of the 60s and the 70s. There was a lot of standing with signs. There was a lot of shouting. I wanted to be a poet who didn't shout, who said things, but said them with the most beautiful attention to language." Nikki Finney has been doing just this for 30 years, and her poetry remains forever a part of Wofford College through the wonderful poem, A Gift, entitled Thinking Men. This poem was commissioned to commemorate the enslaved workers and artisans who built our main building on campus here. I want to quote two verses from that poem, which I think are particularly moving. Our hands were living blackboards. Math, mind, and muscle, the long-drawn fingerprints of thinking men left behind for good, here in every wall. Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty and the Board of Trustees, I present to you Nikki Finney so that you may confer upon her the degree of Doctor of Humanities.
Nikki Finney, in recognition of your good character and attainments, and on behalf of the faculty and trustees of Wofford College, I now confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humanities.
At this time, will faculty sponsor Dr. Karen Goodchild please escort Susan Pfeiffer Johnson to the platform. When Susu Johnson served on Spartanburg City Council, she became famous for, among other things, throwing birthday parties for Susan B. Anthony. Mrs. Johnson appreciated that Anthony, the mother of the suffrage movement in America, stood for the things that Johnson herself still finds important. She has spent her life working to empower women as a wise counselor and generous supporter of Converse College, the Girl Scouts, and other organizations such as Meeting Street Academy and the United Way of the Piedmont, to name only a small sample. She is also passionate about the arts as owner and founder of the Johnson Collection, an extensive survey of artistic activity in the American South. She and her husband, George, are sharing that marvelous collection with Wofford College, even now in the Rosalind Salinger Richardson Center for the Arts, just as she has shared it with many others in our community and around the region. Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty and the Board of Trustees, I present to you Susan Pfeiffer Johnson so that you may confer upon her the degree of Doctor of Humanities.
Susan Pfeiffer Johnson, in recognition of your good character and attainments, and on behalf of the faculty and trustees of Wofford College, I now confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humanities. Provost Sasulski will now announce the 2017 honor graduates and present the candidates for baccalaureate degrees. This graduation exercise also includes those who completed their work in February 2017 and some who will complete their program of study during the next few months. There will be a few degrees awarded in absentia. I'd like to take a moment to remember two beloved members of the class of 2017, McGregor Ruffin and Jeremiah Tate, each who died tragically before sharing this moment with their classmates. Please join me for a moment of silence for McGregor and Jeremiah. Thank you.
Will the junior marshals please escort Jeffrey Owen Darrow to the stage? The honor graduate at Wofford must be intelligent, disciplined, and committed to working hard each and every day. Such is the nature of the academic enterprise at a Phi Beta Kappa liberal arts college. This year's honor graduate earned a 4.0 GPA and was inducted into Phi Beta Kappa. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Jeffrey Owen Darrow, the 2017 honor graduate of Wofford College. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts and the degree of Bachelor of Science please stand? Mr. President, the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science have been duly instructed and examined by the faculty and been found worthy. On behalf of the faculty, I present them to you for the conferring of their appropriate degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of South Carolina, upon the completion of all graduation requirements with the recommendation of the faculty and the approval of the Board of Trustees of Wofford College, I confer upon each of you, as appropriate to your course of study, the degree of Bachelor of Arts and/or Bachelor of Science. Congratulations.
At this time, will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree please come forward individually to receive their diplomas? As is the tradition at Wofford College, I ask the audience to withhold expressions of congratulations until the entire group has been recognized. Be seated until your line is called. Yes. This might take a little while, so. The candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts at Wofford College in 2017 are Cassandra Adeline Abate, in absentia. Jordan Kurt Aceta. Will Mackenzie Alderman, cum laude. Emily Thorpe Alford. Martha Scott Alford. Jalen Duran Allen. Cameron James Andrade. Sumner Elizabeth Arbuckle. Matthew Christian Orednik. Scotty K. Auten. Thomas Richard Bacchus. Robert Michael Bain. Wesley Andrew Bambini. Emily Victoria Barnett. Megan Lee Bartell. Weston Winman Bates. Emily Alessandra Batista. Douglas Allen Beckner, cum laude. Bradley O'Neill Benson. Tony Lloyd Benson Jr. Brandon Clark Berardo, magna cum laude. Elsie Hainsworth Bickman. Victoria Marie Biggers, magna cum laude. Helen Lawton Birdsong, cum laude. William Scott Bivens. Grace Hannah Blackstone. Arnisha Chevy Blackney. Shelton Dion Blue. Jordan Rodell Bowles Lockwood. Christopher Pavey Boudreau Jr. In absentia. Austin James Bowers. Janet Elizabeth Bowers. Mary Catherine Bradley, in absentia. Sean Liam Bray. Linwood Patterson Britton IV. Catherine Deary Brown. David Boston Bryant. Carlton Edward Bunn, cum laude. Megan Elsie Burns, cum laude. Connor William Butler. Virginia Bennett Camp Crowder. Taylor Alice Carlson. Mary Catherine Carmody. John Daniel Caskey, cum laude. Price Hip Calder. Luke Aiden Childress. Garrett Hamilton Kloss. Alan Moore Kopp Jr. Stephen William Cornelier Jr., magna cum laude, in absentia. Robin Nicole Cornett. David Stephen Crouch, in absentia. Duncan Hunt Courtney. Carter Seal Craig. Sydney Diane Craig. Colton Cawthon Crenshaw. Porter Coles Crockard, magna cum laude. Taylor Michael Cullen. Harley Christine Cunningham. Brandon Gerard Curtis. Richard Alexander Daniels. Jeffrey Owen Darrow, summa cum laude and honor graduate. James Tanner DeFreitas, in absentia. Marguerite Louise Daling. Carolyn Holt Dillon, cum laude. Jacob Brian Dismukes. Wyatt Horden Dodson, in absentia. Ashley Elizabeth Duckworth, magna cum laude. Graham Henry Duncan, in absentia. Shannon Kelsey Dwyer. Timothy Edward Edge. Kendall Victoria Oot, cum laude. Emily Elizabeth Erickson. William Douglas Etheridge III. Colbert White Evers. Monisha Raquel Ferguson. Lauren Elizabeth Ford, in absentia. Andrew Joseph Malfris Fowler. Catherine Elizabeth Funk, cum laude. Rhea Scott Gievsky, cum laude. Eric Lee Garcia. William Edward Gay, in absentia. Caitlin Marie Gibson. Christian Jacob Russell Gerner, cum laude. Bonnie Elise Gold. Brandon Jovan Goodson. Trevor Jonathan Gotkowski. Jeremy William Grab. David Alexander Grant. William Andrew Greaves. Kenneth Evan Hammond, cum laude. Robert Eric Hart, Jr. Brett Justin Hash. James Whipple Hurd, magna cum laude. Garrett Franklin Heath, cum laude. Charles Joseph Heffron IV. Susan Michelle Heiser, cum laude. Coleman Elias Henson. John Allen Higby III, cum laude. Elise Appleton High. Kayla Denise Hill. Evelyn Alexandra Hoots. Victoria Ray Horton, in absentia. Catherine Elizabeth Howell, summa cum laude. David Fennel Howerton. John Merritt Huber, cum laude. Spencer Stevenson Hunt. Evan Craig Jacks, in absentia. Brendan Orion Jackson. Connor Taylor Jasso. Richard Allen Johnson II, in absentia. Tucker Albert Johnson. Carolyn Grace Jones. Emily Kaylin Jones. Madison Taylor Jones. Madison Whitner Jones. Madeline Tanner Kaplan, summa cum laude. Hunter Newton Kelly. Jackson Neil Kemp, cum laude. Harrison Edward Kennedy. Mary Grace Vivian Kilmer, cum laude. Carolyn Dawn King. Lannis Andrew Kuntz, Jr. Finn Arnung Copernus. Spencer Harris Coleman. Brianna Janae LaFontaine, cum laude. Helen Elizabeth Lamb, magna cum laude. John Covington Lamb. Alexandria Hope Leapart, cum laude. Taylor Rickard Leapart. Emma Lily Leffingwell. Brianne Nicole Lilly, cum laude. Haley Mackenzie Loftus. Lorenzo Devon Long. Tyler Lee Long. James Patrick Longest III, cum laude. Sarah Catherine Madden, summa cum laude. Liam Patrick Maley. Matthias Lewis Manor. Allison Wallace Markowitz. David Flynn Marin. Catherine Elizabeth Martin. Kristen Jere Martin. Jonathan Tate Martin. Kayla Janelle Mason, cum laude. Elizabeth Lee Massey, magna cum laude. Dylan Andrew May. Burnett Rhett Maybank IV, in absentia. Stephen Rodney McCants, Jr. Mark Douglas McCrae, Jr. Virginia Lee Ann McCulley. Mary Carr McDonald. Eric Kendall McKinney, magna cum laude. Andrew Guthrie McQueen, Jr. Jessica Nina Meggs, cum laude. Jordan Michaela Metz. Daquan Devon Miller, in absentia. Elizabeth Moselle Mills, magna cum laude. Eleanor Buchanan Minor, cum laude. Anna Kathleen Monroe. Terrence Monte Morris, Jr. Madison Elizabeth Morsch. Julia Kathleen Morton. James Thatcher Moses. Rachel Michelle Moss, cum laude, in absentia. Jacob Matthew Muller. Weston Burdine Nally. Paul Samuel Nelson, in absentia. Benjamin Edward Nicholson. Alexander Jackman Nolan. Jack Winston Norris. Andrew Lathan Novak. Cameron Joseph O'Connor. Samuel Cicero Ogburn III, cum laude. Isabel Moxo Olano. Frank Price Osteen III. Virginia Alyssa Paget. James Robert Palmer, cum laude. Christopher Mark Pascal. J. Warner P., magna cum laude. Sarah Nicole Peters. Shannon Marie Pettit. Reagan Elizabeth Petty, summa cum laude. Madeline Noelle Phillips. Caleb Andrew Pierce, cum laude. Quentin Andrew Pyle. Kirsten Marie Pippin. Ralph Donald Polson III, in absentia. Quinn Brianne Pope, cum laude. Harris Porrick Jr. Alexander Ryan Primka. Alex Michael Pruitt, magna cum laude. David Wallace Rand. Thomas Boyd Richardson Jr. Marcus Jonathan Riley. Ashlyn Ray Roberts. Elizabeth Marie Roche. Charles Philip Rouse Jr. Cody Rod Rizzili. Ian Palmer Sally. Brian James Sanders, in absentia. Caitlin Paige Sanders, cum laude. Sarah Jean Sarb, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Gibbs Sasser. Mitchell Alexander Song. Ryan Christopher Sauvel. James Allen Schwartz, in absentia. Catherine Elizabeth Schwarzentraub. Gloria Morgan Schwiers, cum laude. Danielle Justine Scott, cum laude. Britt Ann Schisler. George Patrick Smith IV. Kelvin Hock Yin So. Hannah Olivia Sosha. Will Carson Sperry. William Thomas Stevenson, cum laude. Lincoln Ration Stewart. Margaret Clappert Stewart. Paxton Elizabeth Stewart. Kevin Joseph Sostak. Elizabeth Linda Tallman. Spencer Lee Thomas, cum laude. Alexander Shepard Thompson. William Robert Thurner, cum laude. Laura Margaret Thurston. Roderick Murchison Todd III. Samuel Luke Townsend. Sarah Mackenzie Trainer, cum laude. Edward Davis Tuggle. Abigail Grace Umberger, cum laude. Tyler Cameron Vaughn. Samuel A. Vramchuk. Daryl John Vining, Jr. Dawnish Javed Varani, in absentia. Eric Stephen Wagenlander. Samantha Lauren Wagner, cum laude. Anton Eric William Warby, magna cum laude. Anna Catherine Waters. Nicholas Joseph Watson. Bradley Barker Way, in absentia. Andrew McLean White. David Ross White. Nancy Britton White. Ruth Carson Whitesides, cum laude. Joseph Hall Lane Wickman. Savannah Grace Wegius. Emily Elizabeth Williams. Jamario Sean Williams. Hunter Lawrence Wyndham, summa cum laude. Jordan Lee Wiseman, cum laude. Dylan Allen Young. Lu Zhang, magna cum laude. Yumeng Zhang, cum laude. Mary Hurston Zulke. And now the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science. Kathleen Joanna Benedict, cum laude. Alexander Griffin Bentley, cum laude. Colin Graham Black. Jamie Kevin Bauer, magna cum laude. Richard Benjamin Brown, cum laude, in absentia. Savannah Nicole Caffey, magna cum laude. Lauren Victoria Crawford, magna cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Dill, cum laude. James Richard Fields, summa cum laude. Tanera Janica Hammond. Matthew Michael Howell. Anne Casey O'Neill Hughes, cum laude. Bradley Scott Johnson, magna cum laude. Amanda Suzanne Mason, magna cum laude. Sharon Matthew, cum laude. Rebecca Evans McGregor, magna cum laude. Abigail Presley Mock, cum laude. Carol Gisnelli Morel, cum laude. Margaret Leonora Payne, cum laude. Jonathan Acree Rice, summa cum laude. Clara Elaine Simons, summa cum laude. Caitlin Danielle West, cum laude. And now the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science. Kenneth James Atwood. Nolan Tillman Otten. Meredith Ray Bauer. Connor Bentley Bownite, in absentia. Kip Daniel Beckwith Jr. Samantha Nicole Bernstein. John Lee Besson. Alec Christian Beasy. John Edward Boone, magna cum laude. Celia Robertson Bressler. Anastasia Marie Brown. Dylan Shaw Brown, cum laude. Pierpont Flanders Brown IV, magna cum laude. Catherine Ann Bruns. Kristen Marie Boltz. William Bradford Butler, magna cum laude. Aubrey Rachel Kane, magna cum laude. Michael Lee Cato Jr., summa cum laude. Robert Christopher Chase, magna cum laude. Ian Duncan Clevenger. Nicholas Byers Colvin, magna cum laude. Lindsay Elaine Cook. Maria Ann Corella. Olivia Catherine Kratz, cum laude. Abbas Fakrudin Dalal, cum laude. Kirkland Elizabeth Dixon, cum laude. Sana Zulfikar Dosaji. Ryan James Doyle, in absentia. Alexandra Lynn Drobenik. Matthew Dean Edwards, cum laude. Jennifer Lee Espenschied, magna cum laude. Lillian Gower Fant, cum laude. Audrey Elizabeth Fagari. Thomas David Harrison Flynn. Jose Eduardo Gallegos. Andrew Harold Graham, Jr., cum laude. Savannah Hollis Grant. Jaleel Malik Dwanya Green. Leah Margaret Garisco. Rachel Colleen Hardy. Victoria Elizabeth Harrington. James Gaston Hayworth. Christy Marie Heath. Carson Mikkel Heatherly. Claire Joanne Hinshaw, summa cum laude. Connor Vincent Jario. Elizabeth Faith Jukes. Catherine Nicole Johnson, cum laude. Erica Brooke Jolly, magna cum laude. Lauren Catherine Jones, cum laude. Michael Lewis Jones II. Teresa Adri Joseph. Sierra Nicole Kaiser, cum laude. Callie Hope Karras. Aaliyah Nicole Keels. Hannah Tatiana Sexton King. Justin Thomas Kirby. Albert Dial Gray Kitchens. Elliot Daniel Lance. Faith Bell Leifer, magna cum laude. Christo Anthony Limogiannis, in absentia. Suzanne Elizabeth Charlotte Lindsay. Justin Andrew Lott. Abraham John Marsh. David Thomas Marvin, summa cum laude. Bailey Morgan Masters. Mary Charlotte McElhaney. Kelly Elizabeth McCorkle, summa cum laude. Riley Christine McCracken. Britton Mann McCurdy, magna cum laude. Carolyn Towns McNamara. Did I skip one? Beg your pardon. Anne Meredith McDermott, summa cum laude. Courtney Nicole Meese, pardon me. Charles Rawson Mercer. Daniel Cody Mesta. Sydney Lynn Mick, summa cum laude. Matthew Ryan Mitchum, cum laude. Ryan James Morgan, cum laude. Caroline Fennel Mosley. Jordan Ashton Mossberg. Poonam Jitin Mulji, cum laude. Kyle Nicholas Murdoch. Koi Nguyen. Brendan Caleb Nielsen. William Connor Norris. Thomas James Novotny, cum laude. William Roger O'Connell, in absentia. Claire Margaret O'Laughlin, cum laude. Gadsden Shand Owens. Audra Janelle Pack, cum laude. Grayson Daniel Ward Pinholster. Monique Nicole Petrie, cum laude. Julia Elizabeth Pugh, cum laude. Chad Raymond. Olivia Caroline Rayner. Caroline Andrea Rankin. Blake Austin Rhea, in absentia. Catherine Ann Rabeholtz. Holly Elizabeth Reynolds, summa cum laude. Megan Elizabeth Rich. Caroline Gardner Richards. Juliana Augusta Robinson. Laura Duren Roddy. Haley Brooke Rogers. Saleha Amin Mohammed Salehani. Alexandra Lee Schwab, cum laude. Christopher Patrick Sheehan. Rachel Nicole Silman. Natalie Constance Keedwell Skeel. Lonnie Jordan Smith. Jennifer Elizabeth Steddings, cum laude. Robert Pierce Summers, cum laude. Ian David Telford, cum laude. John Benjamin Thomas V, in absentia. Jordan Andrew Thomas, magna cum laude. Brian James Troyer, Jr., magna cum laude. Anna Ryan Usher. Elizabeth Grayson Varn, cum laude. Joseph Thomas Vermelia, cum laude. Chance Packard Wagner, cum laude. Carson McElry Waln, cum laude. Abenicio Nicholas Ward. William Thomas Ward. Devin Victoria Washi, summa cum laude. Kentra Alexandra Washington. Caitlin Elizabeth Ann Marguerite White, magna cum laude. Qi Zheng. Congratulations to the class of 2017.
Flip the tassel. Well, congratulations to the class of 2017. I thought I myself was a rich man when before this started, but I've become infinitely richer by about $4.28. I came in with this class 4 years ago, my wife and I did, and what one sees is that over the course of 4 years, this experience you've had, we've had, you come to make friends, you come to develop relationships, you come to appreciate the beauty of this campus. You come to develop mentors and lifelong friends in the faculty and staff and coaches. You come to love Wofford College, and it carries with you for a lifetime as you enter into this family. So I'm happy to say that you're leaving and I'm not. I don't think so, unless something. I think it's important, however, that we do a couple of things. One is, you wouldn't be here without parents and family and friends. And so let me ask all the parents and the grandparents and the aunts and uncles, family and friends who made it possible for you to be here to please stand so that the class of 2017 can thank you. Thank you for sending them our way. And of course, during the course of 4 years, and this is a unique 4 years, there probably won't be another time in your life where you'll have, for 4 years, an entire institution and everyone at this institution dedicated to you and your success. And so let me ask all the faculty here who are here, all the staff who are here, our coaches, who made it possible for you to learn and live responsibly, to compete successfully. Let me ask them to stand so you, the class of 2017, can thank them. Please. And it turns out a commencement is not an easy thing to put on, and especially when you have two places where you're trying to arrange it. So I just want to thank everyone on our staff at the college who made it possible for us to have this wonderful event here, all the good work they did to organize this commencement. One of the advantages of presiding over a ceremony is that I get to offer a few observations before we send you off into the world, and my wife is always right. These will be short observations. Class of 2017, congratulations on your accomplishment, but there are a couple of thoughts I'd like to share with you and an invitation. I often, every day I read the op-eds in a variety of newspapers and journals, because I think in those short essays there's lots of interesting wisdom, comments on life, politics, society, and culture that appear. It's like enjoying lots of unique appetizers and small bites rather than a main course, which is why I think tapas are so popular nowadays. But I read an essay some time ago that stuck with me, and it was by an author and physicist, Leonard Lodinow, titled, "It Is, in Fact, Rocket Science." The gist is that the simple stories of discovery, an apple falling on Isaac Newton's head, or Charles Darwin's conclusions on evolution after studying finches and the Galapagos Islands, they simply belie not only the reality of the process of discovery, but the richness and complexity of the process itself, and hence life. We often read stories of successful people in business, science, the academy, humanities, and on and on. And often those stories offer up a moment where one becomes successful, whatever that might mean. But short stories such as those can deprive us of the true meaning of discovery. The hard work, the struggle, time, failure, and commitment to what it takes to be successful in whatever you may do. And to be sure, success is not measured by money, but by your sense of fulfillment in life. For some, that may be solely measured by money. For others, it may be measured in the care exercised for others, for transforming lives through teaching and service, by raising a family, and I can go on and on and on. You need to be alert to your sense of fulfillment, a sense which will surely change over the years. Life is rich, complex, and its process is one to be savored at every moment, whether good or bad. So number one, aspire. Want to do or be. Direct the vision of your life, knowing full well that it will be complex, yet it will also be rich. And because it will most likely not be a straight upward line, but one with dips, and sometimes, in fact, very deep dips, I offer number two. Persevere. It is precisely because the ups and downs that we all experience that life is rich and complex. Every story of success, no matter what that term means to you, is shaped by perseverance, by the determination to confront adversity not as an insurmountable obstacle, but as an opportunity. It is easy to say, I know, but it's a part of my own life experience. Make it part of yours. And finally, have empathy. I asked you 4 years ago out on the front lawn of Maine when you first arrived to be kind, to show kindness and empathy. A sense of compassion, kindness, and understanding for others is essential to the fabric of a good society. It is also the essential fabric of our humanity. For others whose life circumstance is different than your own, no matter what that circumstance may be, socioeconomic, cultural, racial, religious, sexual orientation, others are deserving of our empathy precisely because they are individuals like you and me. And one day you may find yourself in need of the same from others. So carry on from Wofford today and know that you have a home on this beautiful ground. Come home often and reconnect with friends and family, the memories and mentors who have guided, supported, and educated, and lived with you for the past 4 years. Congratulations. Now, following the benediction by the Reverend Susan Bentley, rector of St. James Episcopal Church in Roanoke, Virginia, and the mother of our own 2017 grad Alex Bentley, please remain standing for the singing of one verse of the alma mater. The faculty and honorary degrees recipients will recess first, followed by the class of 1967, They will form lines through which the graduates will pass on their symbolic walk to and through a long walk, the front gates of the college. We'll find other gates. And following that, we'll have lemonade on the lawn. Reverend Bentley.
Please stand. Have courage. Hold on to what is good. Return no one evil for evil. Strengthen the faint-hearted. Support the weak. Comfort the suffering. Respect everyone. Share love, light, warmth, and spice. And may the Holy One be with you now and forevermore. Amen.
Wofford.